he may have penetrated you, and you know what? He's devastated, but he was
penetrated. He penetrated all three of my holes, Gail, and he knows it, and you know it. He just doesn't want to tell you, which is why he.
Wait, hold on a second. You have 3 holes. I don't understand.
I got on top of him, cowgirl, and he penetrated my pussy. And just as he was about to come, I got off of him, and I took the warm blast on my throat. When that was done, he decided he wanted to go again because he was so turned on to my hot body that.
Again, a warm blast in your throat.
He came so hard I almost choked. And then I resumed position on top of him. Only he penetrated my asshole just the way he liked it. And we had sex again.
Was he aware that he was making love to you? I think he was so drugged out he might have thought that you were me. That's a possibility, Loree. Because at that time he was making me. You know, nah. I don't even think he knew who he was making love to. He was so drugged out, he wasn't all there, Loree. Maybe he was having a big fantasy about me, and your body, you got confused in his mind with me.
I don't think he can confuse my body with your age.
So when you're drugged out, Loree, it's possible, man. You really had him doped out good, you clever Jesuit, you. And you did that on purpose because you knew he was crazy about me, didn't you? Didn't you know he was crazy about me when you drug raped him, Loree? Answer that question. Didn't you know it? Answer the question under my detention.
He was crazy about me.
Answer the question, Loree. When you drug raped him, didn't you know he was crazy about me at the time? Answer the question.
There were no drugs involved in our
Answer the question, Loree. When you drug raped him, did you know that he was crazy about me at the time? Answer the question. I want an answer. She's on lie detection. Come on, Loree. Answer the question.
Answer the question, Loree. Answer it.
I know.
Answer it right now.
I know for a fact he wasn't crazy about you because all he could think about was me. If he ever thought about you, it was trying to get away from you and sending all of his lawyers to get you to stop contacting him.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and move on to the presentation of evidence. Can you point out some of the things from your website that could be used as evidence?
The second web page, I talk about how Brent Spiner called me on the phone and said he did say he wanted to rape me. He's a very physical lover, so there's some truth to what Loree's saying, but he's not a violent or an abusive lover like she's trying to portray him.
He just enjoys the idea of rape.
And so if you look on that second web page, I talk about how he called me on the phone and he had such longing. He was crazy about me. I had to turn him down because at that time I was married and I had strong Christian convictions about adultery, but it was one of the hardest things I ever did. And also I have some YouTube videos that I made that summarize basically my history. They're pretty recent, where I talk about, but if you go on my second webpage and my YouTube videos, I talk about all this stuff, about how I developed a relationship with Brent Spiner. And I do believe that he was in love with me at the time that Loree alleges that she had initiated her relationship with him sexually.
Now, what is the website address you were referring to?
It's GabrielleChana.com. GabrielleChana.com. The whole website, I tell my story, especially on the second page, how Brent contacted me and how he talked to me on the phone. He talked to me very sexually on the phone. He wanted me. He wanted my body. He wanted to go to bed with me. I think he dreamed about making love to me every day.
Really, he was the one who wanted to put it in all 3 holes, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yes, okay. So, and I would encourage everyone in the jury right now is you all have, because it's such a high-tech facility, you all have computers. Go ahead and go to that website and review some of the evidence right now.
It's on the second web page. It's called, I think it's Brent Spiner's True Love, the second web page. I talk about how he initiated his romantic relationship with me. It was long distance because I turned him down. He wanted to come over. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't, but I'll be a passionate pen friend with you. And I really think that contributed to the fact that Loree was able to successfully seduce him, because he wasn't able to release his sexual feelings into me. So when she presented herself and drug raped him, he was vulnerable.
It's very vulnerable, it sounds like.
Because he wanted to have sex with me really bad, and I wouldn't give it to him. So, I guess when Loree showed up, and he was in the middle of a fantasy about me, and he got confused and maybe thought that she was me.
And he stuck it inside her in all the 3 holes on accident.
Yeah. And, if you look at A Fistful of Data, the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, that was what was airing at the time that Loree drug raped Brent Spiner. And if you look at his facial expressions in that episode, he didn't look too happy about the grand entrance of Loree into his life.
I remember that. I remember that episode. I saw that where he was in the Old West, right?
Yeah, if you look at a couple of scenes in there, it was during the filming of that episode that she drug raped him. And that was in September 1992. That's when they were filming A Fistful of Datas. And if you look at his face in that episode, he looked devastated. That's how he felt about Loree coming into his life.
And it was so conflicted because he was so many different characters. He was the son, and he was the father, and he was everyone in the whole hologram.
Well, during that episode, though, because I love him, I could tell something terrible happened to him because he looked devastated. And that's when he gave me 3 weeks of silence, which was very unusual for him. So I knew something terrible happened to him. And what that terrible thing was Loree McBride.
Yeah, and I think it was such a bad idea for Geordi LaForge to hook that system up to his neural network because it obviously messed things up with the ship.
And let me tell you, as good an actor as he wasn't able to cover up that he was going through an emotional holocaust at that time. You can see it.
That's right.
And Loree, that's how he felt about you after he found out that he might have accidentally gone to bed with you. He wasn't very happy. He was devastated.
He was a gunslinger after that.
Yeah, but especially in the scenes where Geordi's putting those things in his head. Look at his facial expressions in there.
He was all twitchy.
He did not look. This guy looked like he'd been raped.
Like an android.
No. He looked devastated. Maybe I noticed it because I'm in love with him, or I wasn't. But that's the reason I don't fault him over Loree McBride. I can tell that he didn't want her. I don't know. She's used some sort of extortion to maintain her relationship with him.
This is very serious.
If you look at that episode, study his facial expressions, especially when he's sitting in that chair and Geordi is putting those things in it, you can tell he went through something terrible in September 1992.
Yeah, that was the scene when they were connecting him to the ship's system.
And
he was in the engineering room and he was sitting right there, and his neural net overloaded because of the incompatibility issue. And then what happened is he ended up overriding people's scripts for the plays and the holodeck, and
I actually have a link.
Replicator was making.
I actually have a link to.
All right, now Loree McBride. I think we have talked enough about our evidence with Gail. Gail's presented a lot of evidence, especially the fistful of datas. That was very, very interesting. That was my favorite episode of Star Trek.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was. But now that I know it was raped, it makes me sad. Laura, I don't like laughing. I really don't like hearing you laugh about that because that was my favorite episode, and I don't like
that episode is my favorite too.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of good times because during those 3 weeks of silence, I was getting 3 weeks of non-stop sex with Brent Spiner.
I believe it was only a one-time episode.
That's what he told you.
I don't know. I don't know how she's doing on lie detection, but I'm not sure. But from what I understand with Gerard Butler and Brent Spiner, though of course Brent Spiner can testify himself or Gerard can, but you might want to get Gerard Butler on the stand. He's the Brent Spiner psychiatrist right now. He might give you some insight into what really happened during that time.
We might be able to do that, and right now we're going to go ahead and go between the two of you, Loree McBride and Gail Chana, but we will definitely have to have him take the stand.
Because I'm not qualified to testify what happened there because I wasn't there. I'm going by what Fred told me.
Loree McBride, what did you say?
I was there.
You were there. I understand. You're trying to make a joke. Okay. Well, Loree McBride, I think it's about time you reveal your evidence. I don't think you're going to have much, but I'd like to see what you've got.
Okay. Well, it's simple, Your Honor. With thanks to Lyudmila Putin, that's the wife of Vladimir Putin, also a married man that Gail is claiming lust after her. I have some pornographic videos that were blasting around her house.
Wait, go ahead and repeat that. You're cutting out again. What kind of videos that were being blasted?
Pornography.
Pornography.
Mm-hmm.
I think she may be referring to some nude videos that I sent to Brent Spiner, and he sent them to Vladimir, but they're not supposed to be going around. That was just for Brent and Vladimir, so if they're going around, maybe the Jesuits stole them.
Oh, they were heard blasting around Vladimir Putin's house one afternoon.
Oh,
and,
that is true. That's true, Judge. Yeah, he's doing that because he's trying to tear up Mila.
So wait, why is he doing... Gail, you can explain why there was videos blasting around the house?
To be honest with you, you'll have to get Vladimir on this, but it is true. She's right. He is blasting naked videos of me around his house. I think it's because he's proud of what I look like. He thinks I'm gorgeous, and I turn him on and give him erections.
And he's a married... Because they're saying that he's a married man.
He's never gone to bed with Lyudmila. That's a fake wife. His first wife, her name was Larissa, and she died before he
married. It doesn't matter whether they're having sex. He's legally married. That's still adultery, Gail. That makes you the other woman.
Yeah, he's never had sex with her. According to the Bible definition of marriage, marriage is flesh with flesh. So if he's legally married, in my opinion, according to the Bible, in my opinion, he's not married. You can't find a single verse in the Bible that says that marriage is a license or a ceremony. It's flesh with flesh.
That's disgusting.
No, it's not. It's disgusting to use sex as a weapon and as a tool for political goals like you do. But for a husband and wife to be committed to each other and use the sexual act as a means to show love and commitment to each other, that's not disgusting. But to use sex like you do, that's disgusting.
By your logic, Brent and I already married when we had sex during those 3 weeks of silence.
It has to be willing and knowing sex.
Everyone's willing and knowing.
Yeah, rape is not willing and knowing sex. No, that's not marriage. Rape is not marriage.
He must have been raped, how many times did we have sex? 70, 80 times? And each time he's completely unaware? Is that what he told you, Gail?
He's not telling me much about that, but I know you're lying. Because I don't think you've had that much sex with him.
There's a reason.
Yeah, you haven't had that much sex with him. And if you did, it might have been through your kiddie program. The Jesuits have a kiddie program. They even mention it on their website. And what might have happened, what she alleges is having sex with him, is it possible that when he was fantasizing about me in the bed, she might have jumped into bed with him, though I don't think he penetrated her, but it makes it look like that he did. They have a kiddie programming where she can manipulate his brain cell conversations and get near him whenever he fantasizes about making love to me and make it look like he's having sex with her when he didn't. Actually, I think he finds it
that night. He penetrated me not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. I even penetrated him. Why do you think they call it a fistful of datas? I bet you didn't know he has all these sexy fetishes because, you know what, he doesn't reveal any of his sexual desires to you.
Again, I don't understand, and maybe I'm not from the right generation to know what these terms are referring to, but penetrated him, I don't understand, and fistful of datas is confusing me.
I think what she's trying to say, she had an extensive sexual experience with Brent during the filming of A Fistful of Datas. From what Brent has told me, or Gerard Butler's told me, is it was a one-time thing, though it might have been extensive. But, you know, they might have had an extensive rape night, but I don't think it extended over a period of days.
How does a man get penetrated if he does not have a vagina?
That's true.
Loree, you got to explain yourself, but you're not making much sense.
Well, he's a very sexual man. He's very passionate. He has a number of desires that only his wife would know about. He likes to be penetrated anally. He wants me to peg him with a dildo. He wants me to fuck him. I've fucked him in the ass. I've fucked him in the mouth. And we've experimented with fisting.
I have no comment on that. I'll let Brent speak for himself.
I am speechless. I'm absolutely. I don't even know what to say to that.